So, guys, I'm Rohan. So, I'll be teaching a very important topic, very important combinational circuit, which is MUX. Full form is multiplexer. So, what is a multiplexer? If any one of y'all have any doubts, y'all can interrupt me in middle of the session. या और अगर कोई वो रखना था जब माइंड करने की जरूरत नहीं है. Okay, so a mux is a device which has several inputs. So it has several inputs. It has some select lines and it has one output. And which of these inputs is going to be chosen as my output is going to be determined by these select lines. So these select lines So these are the select lines, which are the wires, which can be. So yeah. So by selecting a suitable combination of these select lines, which can be either digitally high 1 or digitally low. So using the combination of select lines, I can determine that which of these inputs is going to be my output. So let me just uh, show you what is a 2:1 mux. Yeah, before that, I would also like to cover one more thing, that if suppose we have n select lines. So if we have n select lines, using n combinations, so using these n select lines, I can generate 2n combinations of these input lines. So there'll be 2 to the power n input. So I'll explain this concept through a 2:1 mux. Okay, let me just scroll down. Yeah. So in a 2:1 mux, I have one select line. So now this select line can be either logically high 1 or it will be logically low 0. So I can have two inputs because of these two combinations. So I'll have something called as I naught and I'll have something called as I1. And this Y is going to be my, okay. So let me go to its truth table. So this is my value of select line S and is my out. Okay. Now, now the value of the select line can either be 0 or 1. Now, when the value of S is 0, this I naught is directly passed on to my output and this is rejected. Okay. And this is rejected. So that is the first case. So when S is 0, I naught becomes my output Y. And when the value of S is 1, I get I1 as my output. Okay. So from this, we can, give it a name that it is a data selector. So if we have data in the form of zeros and ones in the line I naught and I1, we can select it. We can choose the value of S and we can select which of these lines is going to be my output. So now I'll be moving on the Boolean expression.
Hello, brother.
Yeah.
Is yes the input? Is
No, no, no.
S
S is
input
the select.
still?
S is the select line.
Yeah, yes, we will be providing it as input only, but I naught and I1 is data and S is called a select line. All those three things we will only be providing.
Oh, thank you.
So look.
Brother,
You will
brother,
have to, yeah.
only two inputs are only possible, right? 0 and 1. Means we are able to select.
Look. You can make 3, 4 outputs, but you will not be able to control it. Because here I have only one variable which is s, okay, which can take only two values, either 0 or 1. Okay.
Yes, brother.
So even if you make more lines, you won't be able to handle it. I mean, you can only manipulate these two values, right, with a single variable. So the next topic which I'm going to cover is going to be the 4:1 mux, where you will have more select lines. So when you have more select lines, you can accordingly have more inputs. Is that clear?
Yes, bro.
Yeah, because there's only one variable, I have these two combinations possible. Hence, I have two inputs. As I mentioned, when I have n select lines, I can have 2 to the power n inputs. Okay. Yeah.
Yes, bro. Yes, bro.
So I'll move on to the uh, Boolean expression of from this truth table which I have written down. So I can write my Boolean expression as, okay. So y, which is going to be my output. So let us talk about this row first. So in this row, when s is 0, I naught is my output. So when s is 0, I can write this as s bar into, so I get this output. So I get I naught. Or the other combination is this one. Let me come to this row, okay? Or I will have s into I1. Is this clear how I got this expression? If you have any doubts, please ask me again. I'll repeat it, because then I'll be moving on to the higher order mux. So hello, hello, is this clear?
Bro, can you explain the last step that y equal to s dash I naught?
Yeah. So look, uh, so when the value of s is 0, I naught comes as my output y. Okay. So I can represent 0, this 0 as s bar I naught. You all had, in the previous slides, you all had seen how to write the SOP terms, right? So that's what I'm doing. So I'm writing the output expression y. So when writing the output expression for y, you need to consider all the outputs and the inputs. Hence, I'm writing this. So s bar. So I have two cases, right? This is the first case, case 1, and this is the case 2. Hence, I can write this 0, I can represent it as s bar into I naught plus, which is this, by plus I mean the other combination s into I1. So this is the way you write the sum of products, the SOP form. Okay.
See, because if you put zero in that
Oh,
expression,
okay, thank you, bro.
yeah, cool.
Okay. Now we'll do the hardware implementation. So I need to make the hardware for this expression. Okay. So someone had mentioned that what all inputs we are going to take. So we'll take I naught as one of our inputs, I1 as one of our inputs, and S also we are going to consider. So let me make 3 lines, which is I naught, I1, and I'll take S. I'll just yeah. Okay. So now to make this first, I'll make the first term. Okay. So the first term is S bar into I naught. So I have S over here. To make S bar, I will need a NOT gate. So let us make S bar. Okay. So this is going to give me S bar. Okay. So then in the first term, I also have I naught. So let me take I naught wire, a connection from I naught. Okay. I'll take this. Now I need to multiply them together. I need to AND them together. So I'll use an AND gate. Okay. So this is my first term done. I've kept it, I've made it, and I've kept it. Now let us make the second term. Okay. We'll move step by step. So we'll make the second term. So in the second term, we have S. So I'll just simply take a connection from S, and then I have I1 as well. Okay, so where is my I1? Okay, here. So I'll take a connection from I1, and then I have to AND them together. So let us use an AND gate. Okay, so this term is ready and this term is ready. Now we have to add them. So for that I'll be using an OR gate. Let me just extend it, and then I'll be using an OR gate. And this is nothing but the output expression of y. Is this thing clear? How was the hardware implementation done? Any doubts? It's clear,
Yeah,
right?
it's clear.
Okay. So now I'll be moving on to 4:1 mux. So here in the 2:1 mux, we had one select lines, hence only two possible values, and that's why we were only restricted to two inputs, because even if we have more inputs, we can't manage it. Okay, so when we have more inputs, we'll use an higher order mux. So we'll be using a 4:1 mux. So a 4:1 mux will have two select lines. Okay, this time there'll be two select lines. Let me name it as S1 and S0.
Bro,
Now,
1 minute.
since I have,
Excuse me. Why do we use selectives here?
look, I have a lot of inputs, right? I have inputs. 1 minute. Yeah. So, yeah, so when I have a lot of input lines and I need to cut down that what I'll be transmitting, I can't transmit all these input lines. So using this select line, I will make sure that which of these inputs will be my output. So from these many input lines, I'll cut down to one input line, and this one input line I can transmit wherever I want, instead of transmitting the data from these two lines.
Yes, bro, I understood now. Thank you.
Okay, so I'll move on to the 4:1 mux. Okay, so I have two select lines. So two select lines, I can generate four combinations. So what is going to be those four combinations? It can be either both can be 0, both can be 1, this one can be 0, this one can be 1, and S1 can be 1 and S0 can be 0. So I have four possible combinations generated. Okay, so that means that I can handle four input lines this time. So I can just make small changes in the select lines and choose any one of these as my output. So here I have my output Y, and this time I'll be having four input lines. I can handle, I have the capability because I've taken two select lines. I have the capability to handle four input lines. and 4 is not I2 and I3. Okay, so I'll be having 4 input lines. So now when I draw the truth table, let me write the value of S1, S0, and then I'll be having my output Y. Okay, so now when the value of S0 and S1 both are 0, the value of Y, that is my output, is going to be which of these input lines? Can anyone tell me?
I0.
Correct. So when I'll make this low and this high, then what's going to be my output?
I1.
Correct. And similarly, when I'll have S1 as 1 and S0 as 0, I'll have this as my output. And when I have S1, and so when I have both high, I'll have I3 as my output. This is the truth table. Okay. So now from the truth table, how I had written the expression here for 2:1 mux, you all can similarly write the output expression for the 4:1 mux and implement its hardware. Okay, so that's, I'll leave that part to you. So here you all can, I'll just write the first term. So for this case, you all can write it as S1 bar as I0. That will be your first term. And or the second case, S1 bar S0 I1. Okay, so there'll be 3 more terms here. So there'll be 3 more terms here. So you all just try out this, write the output expression for this, and then what you do is implement its hardware and do this by tonight. I'm telling you all that you all would have you all would have a good grip over mux. So now I'm moving on to something called as demux. So what is a demux? Demux is nothing but the output of a mux. Sorry, demux is nothing but the opposite of a mux. So I had drawn a mux like this, but you all can see when I flip it, that's not the correct way to say it, but just to visualize it, it's the output. It's the opposite of the mux, okay? Where I'll have one input line this time. I'll just have one input line I. I'll have some select lines. Again, select lines. Now this device has a lot of outputs. Now what I'll do is I'll manipulate the value of these select lines and decide that this input is going to go to which of these outputs. So here I'll have my outputs, say Y0, Y1, Y2. Okay. So like again, I'll assign the values zeros and ones to these select lines, and I can decide that this input data I will go to which of these. Will it go to Y0? If it will go to all the select line values have to be 0. Similarly for Y1, Y2, I can just select the combination. I can make the combination and decide that output line will be selected. Okay. So now let me implement the basic 1:2 demux. Okay, 1:2 demux. The basic one. Okay. So here we have one input line which will carry my data either 0 or 1. Let me name it as I. And here I'll have one select line. which can take value 1 or 0. Now, how many possible combinations can I generate from this S? 2. Hence, I'll have 2 outputs. Okay, Y0 and Y1. This is a device which has multiple outputs. Okay. Now, how to write the truth table for this 1:2 demux? So these are my outputs. The value of S can either be 0 or it can be 1. Okay. Okay. Now, when the value of S is 0, okay, this input line is going to be made to go over here in the Y0 output. So the value I'm going to get over here is I. So now, if this data has gone over here, what will be left over here? Nothing. So I'll represent it by 0. Nothing is going to go over here in the Y1 output. Okay. Now, when the value of the select line is high, which is 1, this input will go to this line. Okay. And again, this Y0, nothing will go over here. It will be just left as it is. Hence, I'm going to put a 0 over here as nothing is going to go there. And this I will be put over here. Okay. So we have made the truth table for this. Okay. Now we need to write the expression, the output expression. Since we have 2 outputs over here, we have to write the output expression for both the outputs, which is Y0 and Y1. So what is Y0 going to be? We'll take this first case. Let me break this up. Okay. So just concentrate on this part. So when S is going to be 0, I is going to be my output. So I can represent this by S bar into I. Okay. Or the other combination is this one. When S is 1, the output is going to be 0. But this is 0. Okay. So this term will automatically vanish off because S into 0, anything multiplied by 0 is going to give you 0. So the expression for Y0 is S bar into I. Is that clear? Should I explain it one more time how I got the expression, or is it clear? Okay.
It's clear.
Okay. Now I'll move on to the other part, that is the expression for Y1. Okay. So now concentrate on this part. Just forget about this. Now for Y1, I have 2 cases again. When S is 0, so I can represent 0 as S bar. The output is 0. Hence, I put 0 over here. Or the other combination is this one. When S is 1, which I can represent by S, the output is going to be I. Again, anything multiplied by 0 is going to give me 0. This term will vanish off to 0 and I will get S into I. Okay. So now you all can represent this. You all can implement the hardware of this expression. You have to take S over here, you have to take I, and then you can take NOT gates and AND gates and implement it for this. Okay, so this is the expression for 1:2 demux. Now I'll be moving on to the application of this, that where can muxes be used. So using a mux, I can implement logic gates. So I'll use a simple 2:1 mux and implement basic logic gates like NOT gate, AND gate, and OR gate. Okay. So this is a 2:1 mux. This is my select line. These are the two inputs, I0 and I1. Now the first logic gate I would be implementing is the NOT gate. Let me consider the input as A. Okay. So what will be my expected output? That's going to be A bar, right? If I take a NOT gate, if I give the input as A, I expect A bar. Okay. So let me call this output as Y. Let me take Y over here. Okay. So now I need to get A bar as my output. The expression for the output has to be A bar. Okay. So I'll take my select line as A. Okay. Now just watch carefully how I manipulate and obtain the expression for the NOT gate. So what I'm going to do is let me take the value of input line, this input line as logically high, this is logically low, which is 0. Okay. So now this A generate as I've shown you. Yeah, I'll write the to show you all. So this will be value A and this will be my output. So when going to be I1. So let me write the expression for Y. So Y is going to be A bar. So I'm writing it for the first row. A bar into I0, or the other combination is going to be A into I1. Now I have taken A0 as high. It's going to remain high always. Okay. So into 1 plus A into 0. I have taken the value of I1 as 0. And I'll have Y equal to with the output of a NOT gate. So if I just, if I just enclose this in a box and this is going to be our input A, I'll be getting Y equal to A bar over here. Okay, so this is the implementation of a NOT gate. Let me move on to the implementation of the AND gate. So AND gate, I'll have two inputs, A and B as my inputs. And what I expect at the output is nothing but A dot B, A multiplied by B. Okay. So here, let me take the value of the select line as any one of the inputs.
Bro,
let
1
me take
minute.
it as A. Okay.
It's fine now. Until now, the screen is stuck. It's fine now. Okay.
Okay. You'll want me to repeat anything? I'll do that.
No, it's cool.
It's fine if you go a bit fast, I guess. We're like running out of time.
Oh, okay. So yeah. So yeah. So this A will be my select line, and I'll have the value of input lines I0 and I1. This will be my output Y. So accordingly I can make the truth table once again, which can be 0 or which can be 1. Okay. So this time Again, I will. These are going to be my outputs, I0 and I1. This time what I'm going to do is I'll take the value of I0 as 0 and I1 as my input B. So the output expression for this will be A bar dot I0 or A into I1 from this table. I'll substitute the value of I0 and I1, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to get A bar dot 0 plus A dot B. This is multiplied by 0, so this term will vanish off. I'm going to get A dot B. Okay, so this is the output expression which I'm going to get y equal to A dot B. Okay, so I'll move on to the last gate which I'll be implementing, which will be the OR gate. So again, I'm going to take any one of the inputs as my select line. Let me take it as A. Now I'll have to choose the input lines very smartly, otherwise I'm not going to get the output expression Y. So what I aim is I need to get A plus B. Okay. So again, since I'll just skip a step, since we had already obtained this expression y equal to A bar into I0, this one y equal to A bar into I0 plus A into I1, I'll just write it down over here. You all must be familiar with this now. So A bar into I0 plus A into I1. Okay. So now I'm going to choose the value of I0 as B. Okay, I'll take this as B, and this I'm going to take it as 1. So let us see what will happen. A bar into B plus A into 1. So this I can just write it as A plus A bar into B. Okay. Now in the first slide itself, you all had been taught distributive law. So distributive law is nothing but when you have something of this form, you all can just write it as A plus A bar into A plus B. So what happens is that this term is added to this multiplied by this term added to this. Okay, this is the distributive law. So A plus A bar, anything added to its complement is going to give us 1, and this is A plus B. So I have achieved the output of the OR gate. So this was my part. Next we are going to move on encoders and move on to encoders and decoders. Thank you.